Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria. And if you're looking at me and you're like, girl, we saw you in this look like yesterday or the day before or something, you are right, girl. We are filming. So if you're curious about any of this, yes, why my highlight looks crazy, why my under eye looks like we have like some serious issues, do not get me started. Girl, that is the video from the L'Oreal try-on. I've been working with the foundation, that new Urban Decay concealer, these little, what are these? The Shimmerista powders. Like, girl, we are doing L'Oreal on the other side. And on this video, I am actually bringing to you guys rather, a new concept that I had. I'm going to do for like the next, probably like 6 to 8 videos. I'm not sure how many yet, but I'm trying a new concept, and I think I want to call it like the double trouble, toil and trouble. Like, that was the first thing that popped into my head, was that line from Shakespeare. Double trouble, toil and trouble, witches brew and cauldron bubble. I think that's how that goes. But it's going to be a series of like 2-part videos. So basically for the first one, I want to talk about the new Dose of Colors. They launched these 2 palettes, and I was like, well, I'm not going to just like swatch one and use the other, like that's boring. So I'm going to make 2 videos back to back, one about the Sassy Siennas and the other one about the Blushing Berries. And it's going to be, you know, part 1 on one day, part 2 on the next. And then the next day, I'll have a different one. And I have a series of different like cosmetic companies. Obviously, these are Dose of Colors. I have Kylie Cosmetics, Cargo Cosmetics, and I want to say there's one more in this mess over there. But you guys, it's just like this idea I have. Let me know down below if it's something that you like, because it's already happening as you're watching this. So if you don't like it, on the upside, it'll be done in like 6 to 8 videos, depending on how many I had. On the downside, it only lasts, you know, that long. So it depends on what side of the fence you're on. It's not going to be too different from how I normally do my videos, but it will be me featuring the same brand and then, you know, back to back being able to use it, which I thought was kind of cool. So let's go ahead and jump into these. Obviously, these are the 2 new palettes released by Dose of Colors. They did release a ton of like corresponding liquid lipstick and regular lipstick sets. I did not pick them up because, you guys, I hated their liquid lipstick. I tried in my Dose of Colors like little thing that I did. Actually, I did a video that featured, it was like a full face of Dose of Colors, I believe. I did it a long time ago on my channel, and I used this Marvelous Mauves palette, which I kept all this time. I actually really enjoy this palette. It's really good. And so I thought it would be kind of cool to come back on now and try these guys out, see if they're good, are they worth it, and see what the hoopla is all about. Because Dose of Colors, for me, is one of those brands where like I either really love it or I really don't love it. They're polarized, because I tried, like I said, their liquid lipsticks, I hated. I might love their regular lipsticks, but like I wasn't all about the price point and like finding it out. I was more concerned with these because I love the way that they set these palettes up. They do it in such a way, just like the Marvelous Mauves one that you just saw, where it's all like, hey, you like this color scheme? Okay, this is the way to go. Like, you start at this side, work your way across, and you're gonna create a whole eye look. And I love the concept, the ease, and all of that. These are $32 a piece. They are new to Ulta. That's where I picked mine both up from. It says that the Sassy Siennas, which again is the gold one, it says it's a matte eyeshadow palette. I don't know why I couldn't figure out what that was supposed to say. Shh, I'm very busy. It is a matte eyeshadow palette with a mixture of peaches, siennas, and rusty hues. The palette is the perfect dose of warm, earthy tones with a pop of peachy goodness. And so obviously, like the Blushing Berries is the same kind of concept. Today I'm going to work with this one. Tomorrow you guys will see this one. Kind of fun, right? Like, you know that you're going to get to see both, get to see how they both apply. It's very possible that I could love one and not the other. The thing that I noted first with the Dose of Colors eyeshadows, from there's like crap all over the inside of this. Oh my god, did one of these explode? Okay, it's cracked a little bit, but I think we can work with it. Like, you guys, I literally always get eyeshadows that show up all kind of damaged. It's not fun. It does come with a cute little brush, which actually, their brushes are not bad. It comes with a good little pointer, like pencil brush, which is very helpful, and more of a flat brush that's not exactly flat because it's a little cheap, but hey, you know, you do what you got. These are what you get for colors, which I love the color arrangement. I did go ahead, prime and prep my eyes, because I noticed that none of these are obviously all over lid shades. I am just going to work through them just as I said with you guys, from here all the way down, and we're just kind of gonna get into it. I'm not gonna show you the entire process because I think that that would be really long and obnoxious. I think what I'll do is I'll kind of show you little clips of each color, how they work, how they blend, because I think that that's what is the most useful for this kind of palette. Where is my little brush? I'm just gonna start off with a nice long, this is the Sigma tapered blending brush. It's an E40. I'm just gonna start by working this very first shade right here, which depending on how you're looking at this palette, it's either Stay Sassy or Oh So Sassy, and I don't know which one it is, but it's like this one, and then we're just gonna go that way. I wish I knew what was going on right there. I look so crazy today testing out all this new stuff. Child. Almost forgot for a second there how powdery these are. And you guys, when I say powdery shadows, like, I really want you guys to get a good up close. Like, you can see all the powder kick, like, in this pan, all over the place. And I've only dunked into him, and there's just so much, like, it's just very powdery. It picks up a ton, and like there's so much. They are super rich, like, as far as pigmentation goes. And I've told you guys a lot, like, I love kick and pan. I feel like it helps the shadow blend. These are almost too much kick and pan for me, and their Marvelous Mauves are the same way. You have to be so mindful. What I do love, though, is that their product, very specifically, and I don't say this about just about any other ones, like, there's a fine line between obviously too much of something and not enough, right? I love kick and pan. I don't love too much. These are right on the verge of too much, but when they go in, when you go in with your brush, you actually get, and it's not going to show up, but you actually get to keep pigment on your brush. How many times, that did not focus. Story of my life. How many times have you been working with something and like, you're like, wow, there's so much powder. So you tap it off, and you tap it twice, and literally there's no pigment left on your damn brush. One of my biggest pet peeves of all time. And what I love about these is that when you go in, like, you get pigment on your brush. Like, there is plenty, like, that, there's still so much to work with, even though you've tapped off a lot. The one thing I always caution with, though, with Dose of Colors is that, girl, you better tap your brush, or you will wear this whole palette right here and right here, like, all over your face. The very first time I worked with that Marvelous Mauves, everywhere. I was like, why is there so much fallout? Because I didn't realize there was so much kick and pan, and I wasn't tapping it all off. So something to be mindful of. All right, now let's go in with the next color right here. We're just going to keep working them into the crease, you guys. This is not exciting. Well, actually, it is kind of exciting because I love these colors. Hello, crease. You guys, that looks so pretty. One of the other things I was just thinking about, okay, we're going to start going in now with this middle brown right here. We're starting to get into that more rusty brown meets rust, sienna. I don't know. I'm just going to throw around all the words in the description until I figure it out. One of the things that I do notice too, or one of the things I've said in the past, is that your eye look and like the way that your eyeshadows apply, everything, literally half of a good eye look, and I get asked this question a lot, like, what makes an eye look, like, if you could say one thing? And honestly, for me, it would be a transition. Like, your eye look will only be as good as your transition shade. And what I love about these palettes is that they almost, I don't want to say they force you, but by purchasing a palette like this, it's literally like the easiest eye look. To me, this is an eye look in a box. Like, okay, get this, go from one side to the other, work it into your crease, and then if you want to, either put something on the lid, put a shimmer, and you're done. Like, it's super, super simple to do, and they really help you pair colors and really get acquainted with the building of a crease color, like with the whole concept of it, why it's good, why it helps. Like, it just, they layer so nicely with each other. The colors don't get like muddy and ugly. They don't get funny. And I really do love these palettes. I think that they're a great beginner palette. I think that they helped I don't want to say they helped teach me, because I actually didn't get mine until I'd been working with them a while, but they really do help show you like, oh wow, this is why they put this color with this color. They look good together, or like, wow, these really build nicely together. And it's just a cool, I don't know, I love the concept, the ease. You guys know, like, I love a good complex like shadow thing as much as the next guy, but I also really appreciate stuff like this, because when I was first doing my makeup and like trying to learn how to do it, I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. Like, I had no idea. And now it's to the point where like I've come full circle. Like I can appreciate complexity, but I also really appreciate stuff like this. Like, look at how developed that crease is. It's intense, but it's so beautiful. And at any point in the time that you're working with this, like, you could stop where you feel comfortable. If you're like, oh, you know, I did this one, I want a little more. I did this one, I want a little more. I did this one, okay, I'm done. And you can stop and you can decide how intense you want your eyes, what you're comfortable with, and eventually you can build up to what I'm about to do, which is just slather it all on and be shameful in my sienna crazy colors. But you know, you really can decide and figure out what kind of look that you want and be a little versatile, but still getting comfortable and acquainted with makeup, which I think is so cool. All right, guys, we are drifting into this fourth guy here, just so you know. Wow, I got itch on my nose. Oh, girl. Now, as I do get near the end, I do keep them closer to the outside. I just kind of work them in right here a little bit. Nothing too fun, nothing too crazy. I have a lot of the other colors on and built up. So, you know, just, you're going to be like, Paige, it's not changing color. I promise it is in real life. It just might not be picking up on camera as well. I have found that these dose of colors, like little packs like this, like the Marvelous Mauves, they actually get me like, if I'm getting into like a makeup funk, I'll actually reach for that one and I'll be like, okay, like smoke me to filth. And I use that one and it makes like this beautiful smoky purple eye. I put like a glitter on my lid and all of a sudden I'm just like, whoa, like it's, I don't know, it just brings out this side of me of like intensity that sometimes I forget I enjoy, you know what I mean? And I love it. All right, for this last one, I'm going to switch to a little bit shorter brush, and I'm going to go in with that dark brown. I'm just going to pack it as close as I can on that outer V, y'all. That's just all there is to it. I say that like there's not 17 cups of eyeshadow on my eyes right now. Now I'm going to go in with a Stila liquid glitter. This is in the shade Starlight. It's just, I think it's going to look great. I definitely want something that's going to brighten this up but still be easy to use. There are a ton of options. You don't have to get like this expensive one. You could use like a what are the concealer? My God, I'm like, what's that stuff called? You could go in, you know, maybe cut out your concealer with concealer. Oh my God. Take 4,000. You could go in with your concealer, cut out your little bit, and then just like pack a regular shimmer or a regular highlight on top of there if you want to. There's literally 1,000 ways to do this. I'm just gonna go in with this guy. I'm gonna put it on my hand though and work with it from there because oi. Kids, I get a little out of control. Honestly, let's be real though, like I get out of control with it even when I use a brush. So like this could be what ruins this look. You never really know with me. It could go one way, the other, you don't know. You just don't know. This is not doing what I want it to do. Like you can see it's kind of doing it, but it's not doing it enough. From the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette, I'm going to go in with this guy right here, the shade Maiden. And I'm going to put down a little layer of that and then stick this on top of it. I want something intense, you guys. I want it. I need it right now. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish up this eye and then mascara, eyeliner, you know the drill. And I'll be right back because wow, am I covered in every glittery substance in this room. Holy sweet Jesus. Whoa. Whoa. Alright guys, I obviously went ahead and, oh girl, we winged, and I can't wing, so like, haters on the internet, like, just hate to yourself, because I know my wings is not perfect, but I was like really feeling it, like this deep, sultry kind of vibe that I had going on. By the way, the lip color, I don't know what happened. I've tried like 7 lips that I have just like surrounding me, and every single one of them had like a pink undertone, and I'm like, no, I want a brown undertone. And they all look pink. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because I'm like, I was like, I'm so frustrated. I'm like, I don't even care if I have lipstick on. I don't care. So my final thoughts on this palette. The one thing that I had an issue with back when I did the Marvelous Mauve palette, or whatever that thing was called, I didn't feel like there was enough diversification between purples. It seemed like there was one deep purple that was just like continuously diluted all the way down. And what I love about this is that these are actually like different colors. Like they each have a different hue, a different undertone. They work good alone. They work good together. And I think that that's something that the other palette didn't have, that I'm really glad that this one does have. And I love these 3 brown tones. Like if you wanted just a super, super neutral look, you could just right here, pop them in the crease, be done. You want a little bit extra pop, you could do these on the lid, these in the crease. There's a little bit of diversification here. My biggest issue, that being said, is that I feel like this palette doesn't offer you a ton of like option. Now I am curious because tomorrow I will be filming the Blushing Berries palette, which I think will be awesome to just kind of play around with, see what we can go. I don't know. This is what you'll see tomorrow, obviously, but I'm curious to see if I feel the same way. So if I lean more toward like this is more of the Marvelous Mauve kind of thing, or if it's more like this one. But I think that for $32, the one thing that I'm like, oh my, wait, how big are these pans? Okay, they're all 0.06, so the pan size is actually pretty good. These end up being $6.40 a piece, like if you broke it down by shadow. Again, 0.06 is the pod size, so they are a little bit bigger than a standard Urban Decay shadow. So the pan size I don't have an issue with. I don't think that $6 a piece is awful, but I do think that when it comes to these shadows in particular, you will run through them quicker because there is so much kick up in pan that it's like, oh my sweet baby Jesus, like it's about to get real. That's my only issue with these, is that they give you a little tiny, like an extra bit of product, but it does go a lot quicker. Like as you saw, there's just so much fallout when I was working with him. It was just is a little overwhelming. So if you're the type of person that you prefer like a cleaner makeup application, you don't like to have a lot of kick and pan, this is definitely not for you. My other issue, or the thing that I kind of caution people with these, and what's ironic is that I did it to myself, when you're blending these back and forth into the crease, Dose of Colors is notorious. During that blend, it's flinging over into this area, and you will end up with a giant blotch of color right here and right here, and it looks so awful. So like if you end up picking this palette up or anything from Dose of Colors, just be mindful that you need to keep your brush as straight as possible and really working it in versus one of these, because when you do this, it flicks over and flick, flick, flick. Tiny amounts of product just kind of it kind of hit up against it like a wall, like an egg to a wall. And then before you know it, you just got color everywhere. So I did go ahead and I removed that, added a brow bone highlight. You know, I kind of played with the look a little bit, which I think was so fun. I wanted something that was a little more punchy, hence how I ended up with these wings, I think. What do you guys think? Are these awful? I mean, like, they're not my favorite. I think part of it, too, is my face is already so, like, big and obnoxious that for me, wings are like, ugh, like that's a lot, Paige. You look a little too drag right now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And I feel like I can't necessarily pull it. I don't think they look bad. I just don't know how I feel. So you guys can let me know. I'm not good at wings. I don't ever claim to be good at wings. I was feeling the drama in my eyes. Let's face it, girl. It was like that, all that keeping up with the Kardashians. I don't know. What season are they on? Like 52? I can't tell. They're all like 107 by now, but I'm feeling it. You guys, let me know in the comments if you are excited for this little mini series. I'm excited to bring it to you guys. Have something that's kind of the same but a little different every day. It'll be somewhat predictable, somewhat different. Like I've never done something like this before, so I'm excited to do it. As always, leave in the description box. No, go to the description box, find my social media handles, because girl, we all know that you wanna be seeing all of this on Snapchat and the Twitter and the Instagram and the Facebook, and we all know it. So go get down there. You guys, I feel like you can't see me. Is that weird? No, okay, it's just probably me. Probably just need my glasses on. Okay, you guys, I will see you guys all tomorrow for the Blushing Berries palette. I'm super excited to try that one out, and I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it was fun, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Part 1, Sassy Siennas.